in San Antonio. In business school, the biggest accreditation or standardization is AA CSB. So in San Antonio in February this year, I was on an invited talk. And in this accreditation, they have standards that every business school has to meet. And they have recently, post-COVID, added another standard, which they call it as corporate responsibility or social responsibility and sustainability. Mind you, in one room, there were 967 vice chancellors, directors, and deans of the leading business schools across the globe. And mind you, 86 of them were Indians, of course. That again is a sense of pride. So the conversation was going on, and they said that, yeah, we know that all of you are finding problems in implementing this sustainability piece in your business school. So you know what? We have brought a case study, a white paper, which is based on a small school in India. And we'll show you through Excel sheets, impact sheets, and everything as to how it is to be done. 40 minutes of rock-solid presentation with statistics. Post that, all 967 deans and directors gave a standing ovation. After that, my life became so easy. All that I had to say, that white paper was based on our school. So this is the testimony of the small efforts which business schools in India are doing to try and initiate the conversations of sustainability, conversations of SDGs and ESGs, conversations of making the youngster a responsible business leader. Because yes, that is the need of the hour. For too long, we have created business leaders which were just so bottom line and top line centric. And the change has to begin at the knowledge creation level. Another small initiative that we are really proud of and which for quite some time we have been struggling with is starting a certificate course in disaster management. Being in that part of the country where every year, like in the initial stages, sorrow of Bihar used to be Kosi. So we know that disaster is an ongoing phenomenon. Otherwise also, though again very proud of all the organizations who are now looking into this disaster, we don't see so much of fatalities, whether any typhoon or hurricane or anything comes, courtesy the great work which is happening in that space. But still, we already are signing up with NIDM to provide a certificate course in a disaster management. So which again is a small initiative from our side as to how do we professionalize this entire discipline itself and how do we create knowledge workers which are needed for any such activity which has to be done with a minimum critical mass. So that's something which again, as I say, we've been doing. We would be too happy and we would be welcoming any initiative of the people who are sitting in this room who can help us become better in these endeavors which are ours. As I say, we do a lot of rural immersion for our children. Other day when he was showing with the solar panels and solar labs, again, we do something called rural immersion for our IPM kids. Of course, those are 17-year-old, the most promising kids India has. And it is such a pride when you see those SHGs mainly managed by those didis. And didis telling us, Didi, aapke bacche bahut achhe hain. Hamara पूरा इंटरनल मैनुअल बनवा दिया, परचेज मैनुअल बना दिया, हमारी वेबसाइट बनवा दी, हमारा प्रोडक्ट मिक्स बनवा दिया, हमारा पूरा स्टोर लेआउट बनवा दिया. And mind you, these are the kids working at the rural level with those SSGs. So, and not just those SSGs are gaining, these kids are getting the real lifetime experience of how it works at the ground zero. If we can have many, many more such people actually while in the journey of their business school education, touching ground and making a difference at ground zero, I think we would have done a great job. So these are some of the initiatives which we are doing. And as I said, the common logo that we have in our campuses, we are young, so we try hard. We are young, so we are very, very agile. So we are young, so we can quickly make changes in the way we have been conventionally doing things to the need of the hour. And in any case, as a young campus, as I said, since we are one of those fastest growing campus, and also few things like, I don't think there are too many schools in the country which would run at a zero government support. I don't know how many of you know, today in IIM, especially the tier 3 IIM, runs completely on our own. We do not get even a single penny from any source. So which is why we are also very, very resilient in the ways in which we are doing things. And we are very open to any kind of knowledge creation which is the need of the hour. So whether it is tying up with the entrepreneurs, and one more space, yes. Since I see many entrepreneurs here, I even went around looking at all the stalls which are there. As a business school, since we are in that part of the country where there is not too much of industry and commerce, and when we compare our business schools with the rest of the world, believe me, there's one fundamental difference between Indian business schools and best of the Western business schools, and that is the presence of entrepreneurship. In the recent times, we have done a great job as a collective effort from government also. But even at IIM Bodh Gaya, we have already established 2 Section 8 companies, one limited by guarantee, one limited by shares, DST funded. We have already a Atal Incubation Center. And if humanity is creating problems, innovations are going to solve them. So if we are creating garbage which is not getting degraded out by itself, we will have to find solutions. And it is so heartening that most of the hackathons, most of these idea contests, many of the youngsters are talking about handling these problems which are man-made created. So once again, that is in a space where we can be of immense use, or co-creation can happen with different stakeholders. So with these conversations where we are on the journey of creating socially responsible, mindful leaders, we are in the journey of creating specific courses on disaster management, we are in the journey of creating entrepreneurs for the country, which will give us innovative and resilient solutions around these man-made problems. We are more than happy and more than open to collaborate with everybody who is present in this room. Thank you so much.
Without much ado, can we request Mr. Sanjay Srivastava, Dr. Sanjay Srivastava, I think he's going to be online. I think he's already there. Okay, it'll be great to request him to make his intervention. With time as a constraint now, I think we'll have to restrict our very honorable speakers to not more than about 7 to 8 minutes each. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, General Hasnain Saab, Professor Sahay. I hope you can see my slides. I have just few slides to run through. You can see my slides. Yeah. Yeah. Can you see my slides and hear me clearly?
You may commence your presentation, please, Dr. Srivastava.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, General Hasnain. It's a privilege to talk in front of General Professor of IIM, something a little different from a United Nations perspective, and on the theme of understanding risk and interconnections. So if I come directly to my next slide, let me go through, yeah. There is some problem. Can anybody help me to go to my next slide? Yeah.
Your slides are moving now. You can go ahead.
Okay. This is my second slide. I'm really sorry, I don't know what has gone wrong at my end. I
You
just
don't have
wanted
to.
to flag.
I'm playing the slide from here, India.
Okay, thank you very much. So my second slide is going to tell you the interconnectedness of the risk worldwide. This is the World Economic Forum 2022 report, and you see the mega trends. So risk in a country, it has certain origin and impacts which is beyond the country. For example, this mega trend, when you see of the 5 converging risks starting from the climate action, extreme weather, biodiversity losses, the cost of livelihood, social cohesion, all put together, when it comes down the line to the people on ground, it's all the aggregate of interconnected risk. Now, how in this interconnectedness of the risk scenario, what role security has to play? My next slide is going to tell you that what is going to happen came out very clearly in IPCC report last year. The report was, this is the era of complex compound cascading risk. General Hasnet very eloquently spoke about the Sikkim globe. It started with a very high precipitation, not known yet. It is a cloud burst which triggered
Sanjay,
the glacial lake outburst flood, which, yes,
Sanjay,
can you
please
hear me?
stop sharing your slide from there. So I'm stuck
Okay.
here. Okay, you stop sharing.
Okay,
I'm doing
okay,
here.
Okay. Okay. Is it okay now?
Yeah, it's okay. I'll come.
Okay. Okay, fine. No problem. I will
Yeah.
look at from
Now
my
you've got
side.
third slide.
So, yeah, thank you. It's the third slide. So what I wanted to flag, this is the most scientific analysis of the interconnectedness of the risk, which is going to be complex, compound, and cascade. The world has to manage this kind of risk in coming days, the principle of 3 Cs. So if I come to my next slide, which is going to tell you the risk itself, the hazard. My next slide, please.